Welcome to my views on news. Breaking news for you. Ethiopian Prime Minister office just 30 minutes ago released a statement. An executive order has been released by the PM office. Prime Minister of Ethiopia Abiy Ahmed has appointed Getachew Reda as Tigray interim administrator. He will lead Tigray during the interim period. Council of Ministers has approved the decision too. It means that a meeting of federal cabinet was held and Getachew's nomination has been approved as Tigray's interim government head. Several questions about this appointment. We'll try to analyze the appointment of Getachew Reda. What does it indicate? Just a little background for you, for new viewers, that it was TPLF which TPLF leader Debretsion Gebremichael, who held a meeting with the PM Abiy a few days ago about establishment of interim government. Meeting was held in Bishoftu, where Debretsion proposed himself as Tigray interim government head, but PM Abiy rejected Debretsion Gebremichael. And back then, we heard that PM Abiy said that it wasn't necessary that the interim government head should be from TPLF. But now a member of TPLF's executive committee has been appointed by the Prime Minister as interim government head. So PM Abiy wanted to remove Debretsion Gebremichael. Why? We don't know. Because if you remember, Birhanu Jula, Ethiopian Field Marshal, in an interview a few weeks ago said that Debretsion, Sadkan and others, they tried to prevent the war. They did not fuel the conflict. This is the position of Ethiopian National Defense Force. But PM Abiy maybe thought otherwise, he thought differently, or he just wanted to give a new look to Tigray government. Maybe to satisfy his allies, maybe besides work, you don't know. But PM Abiy wanted a change in Tigray. But basically there is no change. Getachew is replacing Debretsion. I think it's easy to handle Getachew Reda. PM Abiy feels comfortable with Getachew Reda. And Getachew does not represent the generation of TPLF fighters who were part of the struggle against Turks. He's from a new generation. It's not that Ethiopian government wants democratic positive change in Tigray. Why am I saying that? Because the government has chosen a candidate from majority party. Where are opposition parties? Batona is going to be part of Tigray interim government reportedly. It has agreed. What about other parties? Salse Vujene and TIP. Did Ethiopian federal government held any consultations with them? Are they on board? Though they have not rejected Getachew Reda so far as Tigray interim government head. But I think that PM Abiy's government is in support of status quo in Tigray. It wants TPLF to be in power in Tigray like Prosperity Party is in power at center. Why? Well, if PM Abiy's government stresses that more role and influence be given to Tigray's opposition parties, he'll have to do the same at federal level. Opposition parties will demand political space at federal level. That is why what is happening at the center is being encouraged in Tigray. I don't see bright future for Tigray's opposition parties, it seems. And it's easy for Ethiopian federal government to handle one party, then several parallel and equally strong parties in Tigray. So TPLF has survived as a political party as it was restored as a party yesterday. Its terrorist designation was removed by the members of parliament. And Getachew, a new face, not a new face for more than a decade, he has been part of TPLF. He's going to lead Tigray. Now, his main responsibility is to form Tigray interim government. He'll obviously constitute committees, he'll build a cabinet. And federal government says in the statement, in PM office statement today, Getachew has been urged to create inclusive administration in Tigray with involvement of different political forces from the region. Ethiopian news agency, state news agency used this sentence from the region. Political forces from the region should be involved. Different political forces. It means that parties in Addis Ababa might not be part of interim government, like Erigawe, Birhe and others parties. Or the statement of Ethiopian news agency is not clear. But Getachew's main task now is to start deliberations, consultations for establishment of interim government. It will be interesting to see how Getachew is going to accommodate the demands of opposition parties. Betona has become part of the interim government. Will TIP and Salse Vujene join interim government? That remains to be seen. Salse Vujene is portrayed as a hardliner by some Tigray commanders, military commanders. You remember when a 2-day-long conference was held in Mekelle for creation of consensus for the establishment of interim government. A Tigray military commander addressed the participants, a general, I think General Tekleshiber, if I'm not wrong. And he had said that Salse Vujene was the hardliner, or he used the words like this, that Salse Vujene is more entrenched in opposition than others. Let's see how Getachew leads the party and the government. Dual task. Challenge within the party, and now a real challenge starts, that he is now the head of Tigray interim government. Who will be his deputy, viewers? Interesting to see who he is going to pick for the slot of his deputy. Debretsian's name is in social media. Not Debretsian, sorry, Sadkan's name. Sadkan was proposed as deputy head of Tigray interim government by GSTS, Global Society of Tigray Scholars and Professionals. Some portfolios will be given to Tigray scholars too, civil society too. It seemed that military, someone from Tigray military would be Getachew's deputy. And then we'll see the engagement between the federal government and the regional government. Now, we must not forget that this interim setup has just one responsibility: holding of free and fair elections, inclusive, participatory, with equal with level playing field for all political parties. Can Getachew fulfill this responsibility, or will he support TPLF? That would be interesting to see. We'll have to monitor his activities, his actions in coming days. then we'll be able to say what are his plans. Is he supportive of transparent process leading to regional election, or is he working for hegemony of TPLF? Well, let's see. So far, Getachew has been appointed as Tigray interim government head by the Prime Minister PM Abiy. Thank you for watching.